her to the conversation. And ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time is an indie pro wrestler out of California. She is back in the United States after getting a chance to compete in Japan. And here to talk about it is Thunder Rosa. She's with me right now. Good evening, or shall I say good afternoon, Miss Rosa.
No, actually, it's evening. Good evening, everybody.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm on my way to Los Angeles. I'm actually just getting to Los Angeles. I'm driving for a couple hours to go to a show.
Well, wow, that's cool. Drive safely if you are driving at the moment. And
Yeah, I'm not driving, so it's all good.
oh, okay, okay. That makes it even better. Because that seems to be a trend on this show. That's when a guest calls in. Usually they are the one driving, and I just say just keep your eyes on the street. That's
That was,
keep your eyes on the road. Is what I meant to
yeah,
say.
that's
Uh,
important.
uh, so, Miss Thunder Rosa, as I pointed out in the introduction, you are back in the United States after spending the last about a couple of weeks in Japan, and
Yes.
now that you are back, you had a chance to reflect on it. What was it like getting a chance to wrestle in Japan?
Uh, it was like, it was an honor, first of all. Like, I just debuted in November 2014, and it was like pretty shocking, because like that's one of the things that I talk about when I started wrestling, that I wanted to go to Japan and like Mexico, and I wanted to travel with wrestling, and just being in Japan and being in Shinkiba my first time being in the ring, like when we were putting the canvas on, I was like, oh my God, stardom, right? I was like, whoa, I'd never been away from the country. I mean, except Mexico, 'cause I'm from Mexico, and like I'm now thousands of miles away, wrestling in one of the most prestigious companies in the world, with some of the most talented women in the world. It was eye-opening. I can't even describe it.
That has to be amazing, considering, as you pointed out, you started wrestling in November of last year, and just here you are, about, let's see, 5, 6 months in, six,
Yes.
7 months in, and you're in Japan. For a lot of wrestlers, it may take them years, let alone they don't get an opportunity. Did it come across a bit overwhelming that you had this opportunity this early in your wrestling career?
Oh yeah. It's yes. Like every time I was in training or we had a show, I have a lot more to demonstrate than I think everybody else. Because I was greener than the green girls at Stardom. It's just like, oh my God, what is going on? But I have a lot of heart and I have a lot of passion. I have a lot of dedication. And the one thing that I wanted to gain from this opportunity was the respect. The respect from my senpais, the respect from my peers, and I think the respect from the fans. And I think that at every show that I was part of, like they were able to see an evolution of Thunder Rosa. They were able to see how hard I was working, that I was coming up with new moves, that my psychology was getting better, and definitely having the support of my peers, Soedo Tai, Ichiban numero uno, Nikki Storm, Starfire, who Starfire was, she pretty much took me under her wing and taught me a lot of things that she knows about lucha and about wrestling and about life. Chris Wolf, definitely, she's such a positive influence for me. Act, like, just having her as the second person there and, like, getting her feedback really helped me to grow as a person. With Kimura, she's one of like the most respected senpais there because she's very strong. Definitely, we didn't start on the right foot, but at the end, she was one of the nicest and one of the best people to give me feedback. And definitely the feedback that she gave me and other senpais gave me, I took it to heart, and I worked really hard on it because I was there to be challenged. And I was challenged at every show and at every practice that we had. And I'm really glad that, I was able to bring the best of me in the ring and the best of me out of the ring. I don't know. So, to take in.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on, the opportunity. You get a chance to perform in front of that audience. And speaking of Japan, I've heard so much about the crowd interaction, how they react in the action. Like usually, from what people have told me, the fans in Japan, I never thought I would say this, well behaved, more like just watching the show, not yelling or screaming too much. Of course, here in America, well, it's America for crying out loud. They just yell, scream at anything, especially towards the heels. From a wrestler's perspective, is there a huge difference between the American fans and the Japanese fans in particular?
You know what? In the Stardom, they're actually really fun. We were able to make a really good relationship with some of the fans. So every time, like Starfire, Chris Wolf, Nikki Storm will come out, like they will yell things, and it was really fun. It was really, really fun. I mean, we brought a lot of different things to the crowd, and the crowd was reacting really well. Like one of my last shows, like I came out with the Godzilla song. All the fans were totally like laughing and like dancing and just like really getting into it, So, yeah, I mean, they're serious and like they're very respectful. Like what I like about the Japanese fans is like when they start like appreciating your work, they come with like gifts. So like if you have like your gimmick, my gimmick is like I bring Godzilla was with me and I take pictures with little Godzilla on everywhere I go. Like they got me like a mug, a Godzilla mug. Like they got me another like action figure, a shirt. Like really cool stuff. So that's like the difference, I will say. And I don't know. It's just like they like to watch wrestling, but they pop when there's something really cool, just like anybody else will do.
That is absolutely true, and I'm very thrilled about Japanese wrestling. I just wish that there was a Japanese show, a wrestling show on America's television. Outside of the Beast in the East, which was that was on the network. I'm talking like actually televised. Just so the American fans can get a chance to see their product and what they bring to the table, because it is mind blowing. It's just absolutely incredible. Just the action. Like I've seen the Ring of Honor, like they did some shows in Japan or whatever, and the Japanese wrestlers and the moves they're able to pull off. It's like watching a video game. It's like, wow, how did they do this stuff?
Yeah.
It's just absolutely incredible. I just wish that there was a way for Japanese wrestling to be seen on America's television, because it is fun. It's fun to watch. And they focus on wrestling. No shenanigans, no over the top stuff. They just go out there and perform, and you will be entertained.
Oh, definitely. Like I was able to go to different promotions. Like all the promotions are completely different. All Japan. We went to Oz, that's for girls. I recently went to Dragon Gate show. Holy crap! I was like, in every match, everybody had a great character. Everybody had a character, and like the fans were so into it, and they were interacting with the fans, and everybody was flying, and like, hard hitting, really good, everything. It was just like every match. I was like seriously like, what is going on? What is going on? I was like, it was in Korakuen Hall. It was amazing. It was super packed. New Japan, like super popular. It's so hard to get tickets because like the characters are amazing, the matches are amazing. The storylines are great. People like really buy into them. So for me to be able to watch that live and watch it in another perspective was pretty cool.
That's just quite the experience that I'm sure a lot of wrestlers, let alone fans, they want to have. It's one thing, I guess, until you get a chance to watch it in person, to see the action like right there in front of you. I mean, I guess watching it on TV is nice, but it just doesn't do it justice until you actually get a chance to see it in person. Just to see the hard kicks and the hard chops, and to see these maneuvers that these competitors are able to pull off. So now that you are back in the United States and you got a busy summer slash fall coming up for you, do you plan to use some Japanese maneuvers to add it to your move set?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just have to make sure I practice them really well so they come out just as crisp how they will come out in Japan. But yeah, I got a new moveset, and I'm still working on getting more stuff done. Like the learning never ends. I just came back on Tuesday, and like it was the longest Tuesday of my life. I left on Tuesday in Japan, and like came back on a Tuesday. It was like 48-hour Tuesday, and then I went to training yesterday at the gold mine where I train, Gold Rush, APW boot camp, and it's just like I never, stopped learning. Like my friends were like, oh, you're happy to see me, and like they're teaching me new moves that they're doing. I'm teaching them new moves that I'm doing, and we're just like helping each other, and that's what it's all about. Like I wanna make sure that whatever I learn in Japan, I can teach that to my peers, because that's the reason that I went there, is to like learn and teach others what I learned, just in case that they want to experience the same thing that I experienced. If the opportunity comes and they're ready. Because nobody can prepare you for it, honestly. And, yeah, I really want to, I'm like, I've been thinking, oh, I want to try this, I want to try that, but we will see.
That's very encouraging to hear from you. Someone that's, just been in wrestling for quite some time, and you come back from this great experience, and you want to help your peers. You want to show them some maneuvers and things like that. That shows not just the great talent that you are, but the great character that you want to help uplift. You want to help, be a team player to your peers. That seems to be an issue where for wrestling, not just indies, but in the pros, that's not enough, communication. That's not enough, help, if you will, and you definitely have earned the respect from a lot of peers just for saying that, and I definitely respect the heck out of you. You're a good person for willing to do that, and I hope that your peers will take that under consideration, because not a whole lot of wrestlers will be willing to do that, let alone veterans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people are doing that for me, and it's just like my way to pay back, because they don't have to, but they see that they see something in Thunder Rosa, they see something in me that I have the potential, and I see the same with my peers. Like we're like in the struggle together, we travel together, we're like road dogs together. It's just it's just part of paying my dues, and I'm like, I will be glad to like teach another girl if she comes to our school, which I would love to have more girls in our school, but this is a really hard business for women in general. but I'm sticking with it. And like any new girls that are coming in, like I'm willing to work with them because I mean I'm still new. I'm still new. I've been wrestling for 7 months, and I'm still working on my craft.
One thing I noticed as I'm seeing your matches on YouTube, and I seen like your wrestling photos. You are one of the first female wrestlers that I've talked to have face paint. Like half of your face is face paint. Is there any inspiration behind the face paint? Is it something like another dimension to your character? Like, what made you decide to go face paint?
Well, that was an idea from one of the promoters here in Northern California. His name is Lance Cardosa from Lucha Extreme. I like sugar skulls, and I have a tattoo on my back of a sugar skull. And my T-shirt is a sugar skull. It's a Thunder Rosa. He's like, you know what? I think it would be a good idea for you to paint your face like Day of the Dead. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Let's try it out. So like my debut with him, I painted my whole entire face. And then they told me, well, you're kind of too pretty to paint your whole entire face. How about we go half? And I used it only there. And then in Japan, I'm like, man, after I had my concussion, it's like, I need to do something different, So my manager called me and he says, oh, hey, I think it will be good for your return to paint your face. It's just kind of like a rebirth of San Rosa. So I came out with new gear and the face paint. And it was like my first time in the group, Oedo Tai. And I came out with Starfire. We wrestled Io and Mayu, and the match was so much fun. The fans were super into it, and ever since then, I started painting my face, and the fans really love it. They really dig it, and I really like it too because that's again, it's part of my culture. I love Day of the Dead. It's a celebration of people that have passed and now they're enjoying a better life. And I think that's what happened to me when I had that concussion. The old Thunder Rosa was trying to really look for who she is. Just was there. I was there the whole entire time. Just like I was reborn again.
Wow, that's remarkable. That is absolutely remarkable. Now, obviously, injuries and pain, that's part of wrestling. It comes with the territory. Do you now that you mention it, with the concussion, prior to you having a whole new attire and you going half face paint, if you will, do you consider that concussion as a blessing in disguise? Like maybe you enjoyed your character before the concussion, but how did you feel like that concussion was a blessing in disguise?
Yeah, because it made me realize that I can't be afraid anymore. I'm a little older than all the girls in Stardom, and even some of the guys I'm training with. And I have a very short time for me to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. And I have to take all the risks that it takes. And I know that I'm going to have injuries and everything, but you can work around your injuries. Definitely having that injury made me a lot stronger mentally and physically. I wasn't able to work out and lift weights and all that stuff, but I learned how to do things in a smarter way. And I also learned, that I can push myself in a very different way. I started doing more lucha stuff, and I was more open to try different things that I was afraid before. So definitely it was a blessing in disguise.
You've had a chance to wrestle in America, in Mexico, and now Japan. What is that next country or continent that you would like to wrestle at one day? That opportunity, maybe England, maybe Greece, maybe China. What's that next place outside of America you would like to compete
I will
in?
say South America and Europe.
Okay, definitely Europe. That's for sure. Right there in the UK area, and what they bring, like that's some smash mouth right there. But they got some technical styles to go along with it as well. Um, Now, for people that wants to learn more for Thunder Rosa, you can check her out. Just search the name Thunder Rosa on Facebook. Like her on Facebook, and she has a busy schedule. When I say busy schedule, I'm saying busy schedule. Like this woman got like 2, 3 shows a weekend for the next couple of months. She's gonna be everywhere. She's gonna be everywhere. Um,
I I got to show the world. ¿Quién es Santa Rosa? They have to know who I am. You know.
Absolutely. Um, Now, what's intriguing in wrestling is how do people come up with their stage names? That being said, how did you became Thunder Rosa?
So I was on the road with my BFF Donovan Troy and my manager, right? And we were like throwing names. And I used to work in a place called Thunder Road, which is a drug and alcohol rehab for teenagers. I've been working with inner city kids for the last 5, 6 years in the city of Oakland. And they were very, very supportive of me of taking time off to like train and stuff like that. And was like, how about we like use Thunder, like Thunder Road, like we just changed it to Thunder Rosa. And I was like, dude, that's perfect. That's perfect. So ever since then, this is even before I became a wrestler, because I was like a ring girl and stuff. But I was like, well, I gotta start with like, you gotta brand yourself. No matter what you do, you gotta brand yourself. So we created a webpage, and ever since then, Thunder Rosa was born because I work in that place on the road.
That's cool. That's absolutely cool. Did you say the name of the place was Thunder Load, as in
Yeah,
LOAD?
yeah, Thunder Road, like a road,
Oh,
the street.
okay. Yeah, Thunder Road. Okay, I got you. I got you. Um,
Yeah. But
ano-
it's, in all honesty, it's so meaningful to me because, like, there's a thing when I used to work there, you know, they call it Thunder Road because it's not an easy road to be sober, right? And
right.
definitely, it's not an easy road to be a wrestler. So it has a lot of meaning to me in that aspect. And it reminds me, like, all the strength that the kids they need to go through in order to, like, achieve their goals and their dreams. And some of them is just to have a family or just to, like, finish high school, get a regular job, and be normal. And some of them are not able to do that. So every time I get in that ring, I just, like, honor, like, some of the memories of some of the kids that have passed away because of drugs and alcohol, you know. And I just want to show them that, if you have a dream and if you really want to do something and you have the drive and the motivation, you can do it no matter what your obstacles in life are.
Well, I have a comment in the chat room on tmvcafe.com. It's from my friend Andrew, and he goes on to say, and I quote, I also give a lot of respect to her. Also, she's cute too. That's from my friend Andrew.
No.
He just wanted me to say that on the air. I guess that's just a compliment. Uh, but before I let you go, Rosa, um, one, what would your advice be to anyone out there that aspires to be a wrestler? What would your advice be?
So you have to have, the right mindset, and you have to, like, have the heart to, like, just commit to it and do the sacrifices that need to be done. You have to have a stable job and a stable relationship if you're about to, like, embark into this, because it's not easy. I mean, many times you're like, I just left for 3 months, you feel alone. Like, you're on the road every weekend, and if you take this full time, you're on the road most of the time. So it's a lonely, lonely road, and you have to be 100% committed, and you have to have the passion for it. because it's really easy to just put your hands up and just quit. But if it's like anything else in this world. If you really want this, you just go for it and go all out. Don't be afraid. And it's a painful road, but when you're able to achieve your goals, it is an amazing, amazing journey.
Well, Thunder Rosa, I want to thank you so very much for being on the show. Congratulations on your time in Japan, and hopefully it's a more sign of things to come, and they'll invite you back as you evolve in your wrestling career. Please check her out on Facebook and on Twitter. Thunder Rosa is the name. Rosa as in Rosa. And check her out. Her schedule is posted on the Facebook page. She'll post it on her Twitter feed as well. Again, thank you for your time, Rosa. Continued success.
So thank you so much for the time that you give me in your radio. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that is following me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And I'm working on my webpage, so I'll let you know when this happens, so you can promote it over there. Un beso a todos.
All right, you have a good night.
You too, thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
That was Thunder Rosa joining me here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. That was about a 26-minute interview. And this lady is